Now that your case is open, you can see the three pieces of the flute inside. We're going to refer to them by size for now. The biggest piece is called the body. The tiniest piece is called the foot joint. And the piece without any keys on is called the head joint. Let's start with the body. That's the longest piece. The body also has the name of the flute maker etched here at this end. And at this end, it just has a shiny bit, and that's where the foot joint will go soon. You'll notice that the flute body has lots of keys, and it has several rods as well. And we always want to protect these and not squeeze or smush on them, because if they bend, then the flute won't work properly. We have the body with the etching of the name at the top, and now we're going to assemble the head joint into the body. So we pick up the head joint, which is the smooth piece, and it has a hole at the top. Holding the flute here where it says the flute maker's name, we're then going to insert the head joint right here. You can twist a little bit back and forth if you need to. It should go in quite easily. You shouldn't have any problems with this. If you do, please ask for help. In order to double check that we've lined everything up correctly, because there is a correct alignment, we want to make sure that the hole, the tone hole here, is in line with the keys. So I've got a tiny key at the top, so I can just look right down the flute and say, is my tone hole aligned with this key? There we go. Yes, it is. Now, for some flutes, there is another way to double check, and that is that there's a tiny arrow. If you can see the tiny arrow right there. And that little arrow should also point to the tone hole of the flute. That's common on Yamaha types of flutes. So now we have the head joint attached to the body of the flute. And now it's time to put on the foot joint. I'm going to show you two wrong ways to do it first. I've been teaching band a very long time, and I can tell you that these are by far the most common mistakes that new flute players make. Mistake number one is that when the flute joint goes on, there's a little bit of space here where there's nothing. That's the very bottom of the flute. So we want the busy part to join into the other busy part. Here's the most common mistake. Oh, that rod should line up with this rod, and the rod should go all the way down. And while it looks very beautiful and pleasing to the eye, that is not correct alignment. The second mistake that students make is, oh, I'm going to line up all of these keys with all of these keys. And they line it up so that all the keys are in a line. That's also wrong. You wouldn't probably guess the correct way, so I'm going to show you. On the foot joint, you see this rod here, and it ends in a little ball. And the correct alignment is when this little ball is lined up with the bottom key on the body. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and show you that this is correct alignment for the flute. And your eye is probably saying, but wait, that's not lined up, and that's not lined up, and that's not, it doesn't look like it's in line. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Because when your right hand comes to rest here, look at how beautifully it all lines up. Pinky rests there on half moon key, and everybody is in a happy spot. If we're lined up around here, oopsies, there went my foot joint. Then my pinky won't even be able to reach anything. And likewise, if I lined up the rods here, oh dear, pinky can't reach around to that key. That's not right. So we want this ball to line up with that bottom key, and then everything happens perfectly from there.